Hello, I'm Nikayla Cook, Executive Director of the Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute.
And my name is Russell Howerton. I'm privileged to serve as the chairperson of the PCORI Board of Governors, and I'm also a professor of surgery at the Wake Forest University School of Medicine.
It's a privilege to have this conversation about how to think about opportunities for PCORI funding. I thought we may begin just by talking a little bit about what PCORI is and what we're all about.
Well, PCORI is an independent, nonprofit research organization and is the largest funder of patient-centered comparative clinical effectiveness research in the United States. Our mission is to provide patients and others with useful information about their health and healthcare choices. And to date, we have provided almost $4 billion in awards to more than 2,000 research and research-related activities in pursuit of this goal.
Well, you know, we always talk about at PCORI something that we call research done differently. Can you explain a little bit about what it is about PCORI that's unique in the research funding ecosystem?
The North Star at PCORI and what makes us unique is our focus upon patient-centeredness. We seek to engage patients and other stakeholders in the healthcare community at every stage in the research process, from helping us choose topic themes, to designing and conducting the research, to the implementation and dissemination of those findings. For a researcher, participating with us offers the opportunity to participate in a process that challenges you to engage with patients and others in the healthcare community in ways that may not have been common before.
Well, we offer just a range of funding opportunities at PCORI. Maybe we can expand on that for those listening today.
The vast majority of research that PCORI funds is patient-centered comparative clinical effectiveness research. But we also fund awards in implementation research, in dissemination research, in engagement, as well as in workforce development and in infrastructure development, including PCORNet. Perhaps you can tell our audience a little bit more about PCORNet.
Certainly. Well, PCORNet is the Patient-Centered Clinical Research Network. It's really a network of networks and brings together expertise in data science and data research, patient engagement, as well as that researcher expertise in how to conduct observational all the way to interventional clinical trials. It offers this opportunity to reach a broad array of health systems as well as patients that are connected to those health systems for the purposes of research. PCORI funds a range of studies of different sizes and types, and some of the smaller studies come in related to either focused funding opportunities or even broader open funding opportunities. But we also fund larger scale clinical trials, and many of these come in a phased type of approach. And one of the award programs we call our Placer Award, which offers up to $20 million in funding. And really investigators can work within their academic institutions and put together teams and proposals in partnership with those communities or patients for which they're really trying to benefit. But they also can work with external partners and community-based organizations or others that are really motivated to be part of what we call multi-stakeholder research teams. Often though, when we talk about funding opportunities, people are interested in how we decide the topics that we're focused on and the opportunities that we're focused on.
Well, at an overarching level, PCORI focuses on what we call our national priorities for health. These are found on our website and were derived from extensive stakeholder conversations across the industries that are involved in healthcare, as well as the patients and caregivers that serve them. We use those to guide us at an overarching level, but then within them we challenge ourselves to do the same thing that we ask of our researchers. We seek to talk and engage with all members of the communities around our areas of focus to learn and understand what they believe would be the most appropriate topics for research.
One of the things that was really exciting about the development of the National Priorities for Health is that we heard from so many stakeholder groups across the country, including patients and caregivers, clinicians, payers, really an extensive array of stakeholders in the healthcare community. And as part of that process, within those national priorities for health, we heard about some specific themes that emerged as specific areas of focus. And we call those 12 topic themes that we're currently focused on, and they can be found on our website, but they'll guide our research funding in those areas in the near future. But investigators can apply to PCORI for funding within those topic themes, as well as for funding in areas that may be outside of those topic themes. And so we encourage you to look on our website and identify those themes, but recognize their additional opportunities.
Yes, I know in my time on the board, I've seen a few come in that were successful from outside any area that we had thought about before we started.
And you know, one of the other things that some may be interested in who may be new to PCORI or even new to comparative clinical effectiveness research is what kind of advice might we give them to work with PCORI?
My first advice to you would be that we believe patient-centered research is the future of clinical research. And then not only is it influencing how we here at PCORI fund research, but how others in the research infrastructure are doing so. So I believe it would be a worthwhile investment of your time to learn more about this domain. One of the best resources would be the PCORI website, where we have many resources to help you learn about patient engagement, about building research teams. We have archives of all of the research that we have funded. The output of those projects is available so that you can view them, and there are frequently asked questions about patient-centered comparative clinical effectiveness research.
And even if you're not quite ready to apply for PCORI funding, we have several opportunities to get involved with PCORI. Consider becoming a merit reviewer. Our merit review panels really need a diverse array of perspectives, including scientific perspectives as well as those from different stakeholder and patient groups who we're really aiming to benefit with the research that we fund. The merit review panels also provide insights into what clinical comparative effectiveness research is all about, as well as the types of applications and projects that PCORI funds. Someone could also consider joining an advisory panel at PCORI. We have several advisory panels that help us in refining the topics and areas of focus for our work. And those advisory panels have rolling opportunities for applicants to apply for them, usually between the times of October and March. So go to our website and look for the opportunity to apply to be on an advisory panel. And we think that all of these opportunities can enrich the applicant community in learning more about PCORI and considering ways to become involved with us. You know, perhaps you mentioned our website, and our website has such a rich array of resources, and someone that may be ready to apply for PCORI funding may be asking about the resources that we have available to help guide them through that journey.
When you're ready to actually apply, there's a very specific and easily identifiable section of our website precisely for those who are applying. There are many tools there. There are applicant frequently asked questions and step-by-step guides to the process. But perhaps most importantly, there is an email address there where you can reach out to one of our program officers even before actually applying for funding. Our program officers are happy to engage with potential researchers about their project, help them discuss and shape that project so that it might be successful. And if you are successful in funding, I think in being funded, I think you would find that our program officers will be with you every step of the way to help ensure that your project meets its milestones and is successful.
Well, you know, another great reason to consider applying for PCORI funding is that research results from PCORI funded awards get published, and they get published in high-impact journals such as the New England Journal of Medicine, the Journal of the American Medical Association, the Journal of Public Health, as well as in the Annals of Internal Medicine and other journals of that type. CER results that are resulting in publications from PCORI funded awards, over a quarter of them have been published in high-tier impact journals for their subject area. So Russ, I wanted to ask if there's anything else that you'd like to inform our audience about in terms of thinking about opportunities for applying for PCORI funding.
I would just comment that I am in fact not a researcher. I came to the PCORI board through a different role. The PCORI board is constituted from many different stakeholders, and so I have learned a great deal in my 8 years in service here and watched how wonderfully well PCORI does at funding meaningful research that engages patients. I'm proud to be associated with this organization and would strongly encourage investigators today to reach out to us and consider work that we might fund.
Well, please do visit our website at pcori.org. Sign up for our newsletter in order to get information about PCORI and learn about the PCORI funding opportunities as they come out. We hope that this conversation today encourages you to learn more, engage with, and apply for PCORI funding. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.